Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Downtown Beatdown Online Guilty Gear Strive edition. I am one of your commentators, Zero, alongside Dostrow. Dostrow, how you doing?
Man, it's a good night to play Guilty Gear, and that's what we're here for. We're here for some good Guilty Gear action. We got plenty of players signed up this afternoon, this evening, and we're gonna see some real good matches. We got the likes of some Midwest classics, like Trevward signed up, one of the scariest Nagos that I've seen walking around, and a few people that we saw signed up in our tournament last time, like Jesus Joestar, one of your homies, Saki Sakura, Nim, and a whole wide range of players registered for tonight's bracket.
Absolutely. I tell you what, it's been raining all day here, so you couldn't hit the nail on the head any harder. It is literally the perfect day to just sit in, play some Guilty Gear, watch some Guilty Gear, and take some notes out here. We're a month out now, and I'm literally counting down the days since the release of Guilty Gear. Like, just every day, keeping track, making sure I'm well aware of how old this game is. I think everybody is at this point because it's been a fantastic time. I mean, you just blink and so much information has been given because of the great reception this game has received since its release. There's so many events going on. Just last Monday, Ronin Rumble came back for a nice, fantastic exhibition here, and it's great to see some more online tournaments as well. Plus, even some local events coming back with Guilty Gear Strive. Even so, we're well on our way to another phenomenal season of fighting games. And I mean, shoot, Kumite, Tennessee just made their announcement as well. The end of the year is looking stacked. So as much practice as we can get in leading up to those events is going to be ideal. And I'm really looking forward to the heart of Guilty Gear Central, Chicago, Central Illinois, the Midwest, anime's best, is out here kicking it. And hopefully you're all going to enjoy this little show. I know I am, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the Chicago area, extended Chicago area, even Midwest in general, it's like Guilty Gear Mecca, I feel. I mean, Elven Shadow has done such a great job of cultivating the culture of Guilty Gear with Garage Gear, Frosty Faustings, so many great events, and even extending to a lot of the events that Low Kick puts on. It's just always a great place to play Guilty Gear. We're doing it online. We got people from all over the country, not just the Midwest, but we're still here for some great Guilty Gear. And I swear, it's a month and some change out, and it's still it's like the best time in a fighting game's life cycle, I feel, is the very beginning since its release. And Arc System Works just last night announced that we're getting our first character trailer coming up on the 20th.
Yeah, it's right around the corner here too, right? So I'm looking forward to that. I still feel like this game still has so much left to give, and still so much to learn here. We're going to get our first set. Soul Bad Guy up against Leo Whitefang. Hisoka 96 up against Jesus Joestar, playing the Leo here. Jesus has been tearing it up over on the West Coast. Let's see if Hisoka can hold their ground playing as Soul Bad Guy here, especially in this matchup. This will be interesting set. Nice 6 here to start the setup, and that's going to be punished here.
Classic. Oh! The hairpin triggers on the flash kicks. That's what you got to look out for from a Leo player. Jesus Joestar sort of showing his hand earlier, so we got to expect Hisoka's thinking about that early on with that 6HRC, no full confirmation off of that, just keeping the space with those slash buttons, that nice reversal out from Hisoka.
Yeah, it's really good play from Hisoka out here so far. Really calling out a lot of this normal. Oh, the 5K almost could have been real bad here. And that counter hit 6S. Oh, should have actually pushed it up. Yeah, but just messed that up there. 5K on the cross up.
On the dash.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's the fastest button in the game. Come on now.
He just woke up with standing kick. That's a brave button. Hisoka just commanding lead on the neutral throughout most of the previous round. We'll see how Jesus Joestar makes his way in. We got that Fafnir S reversal out. We got the pressure started, but we know the matchup.
Yep, that's going to be really important here. Hisoka has been countering a lot of Jesus' mix-up here and a lot of the rushdown game, not letting Jesus get away with the normal Leo stuff. Oh dear, got caught pressing a button, immediate burst. Absolutely. That's going to get Vortex, of course. Got to be careful. That low
Vortex
profile really
right
hurt.
under the projectiles.
Could have killed with a DP there to end it up, but we're going to jail out with jump P into K. Nice flash kick in the gaps. Blue Roman
cancel.
Nice.
Dash through. Yo, Hisoka's out here playing Xrd. What's with that 2D?
Yeah, wait a minute. That's not supposed to work anymore, right?
These kicks to clean it up. Yes. Hisoka takes a clean first game, just controlling the neutral just so commandingly. Jesus Joestar having trouble getting in initially, but once you get in as Leo, it's gotta be a rough time for the opponent.
Right, absolutely here. And, it's really nice to see some patience here from Hisoka, recognizing these gaps from Leo. But now Jesus is on the offensive. Oh, one more cross-up would have done it there. Ready to mash with close S.
Oh, just the tick throw?
Yeah.
We saw the tech, but that power bomb just cannot be broken.
Yeah, just a little bit early there. Nice wake up flash kick, of course. Put that red Roman cancel on there to take that round.
Jesus Joestar commanding first round there. 6P round start working back to back on that counter hit with the blue beat. We ain't faultless defensive those apparently.
Oh, nice 2K. Yeah, nice 2K pick up there into the wall splat.
Hey, I've never seen that before. Counter hit 2D 2K with Leo. Real smart from Jesus. Knows all of their confirms. It's looking like it.
Absolutely. Alright, so now we got the... Oh no, far slash does connect. Nothing off of it though. Nice.
Oh, they held it.
Yep. Will you burst? Have to, right? Don't want to take the ender right there. That almost came out too.
Yeah, and we're getting so close to the full victory. Gotta be careful with the burst.
Oh, nice punish on the burst there. Excellent read from Jesus Joestar to start it out 1-1 in this set.
Yeah, I believe I saw a burst bait from Jesus in the previous game that Hisoka didn't quite bite at, but was very clear recognition there. There's just about nothing Hisoka could do other than altering their timing. They had to burst there.
Oh, wow. Excuse me? The throw? Oh, no. The shooketh B. All right, nice. I'm going to get that burst to get the offense right back here. Not allowing Jesus to get out of this corner there.
Oh, is this it? No, we're not going to be able to do it with this wall break.
Yeah.
Didn't have any meter to cancel into Tyrant Rave or anything. We're just back to the neutral here. Far slash.
Ooh, yep. Got to be ready for...
HDP, that was confident.
Yep. Absolutely. We know that we're going to be charging in there. Goes for the cross-up once again. Oh, that's a punish. Yep.
Puff your chest out.
Yeah, really has to be careful with these flash kicks, though. We're seeing a lot of them rip, and of course, that you're looking for those gaps in these block strings here, and Hisoka is just getting privy to a lot of this stuff. Could have thrown there. Wow!
Hisoka here with these shimmies. Oh, Vortex and a Tyrant Rave clean hit. Breaks the wall. Just barely close enough for that. Oh, 2D classic. What a great poke.
And Hisoka is definitely showing the power that is Soul Back Guy here. I think that was a reversal Vortex, probably going for Grand Viper at the start.
Oh, tried to answer something, but wild throw. Put him in the ground. Hisoka 2-1 over Jesus Joestar moves on in the bracket.
You see the confidence, the slow walk up into wild throw, and it was almost a checkmate situation. I dare you to try to DP because you're gonna get scooped out of this if you try to flash kick. I triple dog dare you. Grabs you by the collar, says you not thinking about pressing the button ever again, and dunks you into the ground.
Yeah, Jesus Joestar was so quick to pull off those reversals, those flash kicks, S or H, no matter what, and Hisoka was catching on pretty much the whole time, ever since the very beginning. Only a few, I want to say 50% or less success rate on those reversal flash kicks from Jesus Joestar. Hisoka is just in the head of the Leo player.
Right, and you're going to recognize at the beginning of the round what type of Leo player you're going up against. Is it going to be mix-up heavy, or are we looking for every single frame gap in your strings? So you kind of feel it out there. We saw some hesitation with Hisoka, thinking a burst would come out immediately after that first whiff deep flash kick from Jesus there. And once that message was received by Hisoka, like, oh, I could just keep pressure going. You're just going to throw these out here. You're going to get caught. And I'm going to make sure I capitalize on every punish there. And it was a tremendous job, especially at the start. I would have been curious, though, to see how Jesus would have turned it around had there been one more round there, because we did see some offense really pick up towards that end of the round here in the third game, especially that second game, too, where Jesus really picked it up, had a lot of great mixes, forced Soul to really guess in a lot of those situations there as well, too. So this could have gone either way if there was like, one more match. We always say just one more to see like what would happen, but them's the breaks in this one. Jesus has another shot here, but Hisoka does move on to face off against Hex Yester in the winner's quarters here.
Yeah, you gotta always wonder what happens when you have more games. That's sort of a big part of the discussion surrounding Guilty Gear Strive, the Discord.
Oh, yes.
Of 2 versus 3 games to win this set, especially early on in the bracket. Nonetheless, it's always nice to see adaptation, but the games, while damage is high, they can go pretty long. We have 99 whole seconds for each round. And you just gotta be careful with how the game's going to develop, because people are getting smarter with every day. People are understanding the mechanics and figuring out the matchups.
Absolutely. And if you compare it to previous games in the series too, there are pretty equivalent timings as far as how much damage is done to the opponent. So it's not too far off. On the surface level, yes, it does seem like a lot. And of course, Soul does do a whole grip of damage given the right circumstances. We're talking high risk, 100 tension, and let's see if the sun's rising just right, and let's put it into the corner here. I'm not definitely going to argue at all that Soul is a big individual that likes to hurt people, but the timing is really equivalent compared to the previous Guilty Gear titles as well. But you're right, that defense game has really grown a lot. People are really learning and figuring things out, the nuances of the game and the mechanics. And that's really important to extend the life of your characters here. Because, you're going out throwing out big risks as Milia or Chip, and you get caught once, of course you're going to die. Of course. Those are low health characters.
Yeah, you see a random Twitter clip for Guilty Gear Strive and Chip's on the receiving end. You're like, okay, I know where this is going.
You found the 100% combo. I see.
I like to think it's not really a fighting game until you start learning how to block.
Well, and we saw that too a lot in the early days of Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? Where Japan was really focused on defense, was really focused on movement, blocking, and literally, I forgot who put out the tweet. They're like, you know what? Let America figure out the combos. We can learn those at any time, but the defense we're going to learn right now. And defense is going to be really important in this set for Nikki T-Truck playing Giovanna up against Midi Meister's Kai Kisk.
Yeah, I've played this on Kai's end, and I'm sure you've played this on Giovanna's end. I like to think that it's a favorable matchup for Kai. He's got those long-range buttons and the projectiles to really keep Giovanna at bay. But right now we're seeing 2 CIFGC OGs, Midi and T-Truck. Midi, I know he moved away from Central Illinois, but he's still an OG. I remember sitting down next to him playing some good old Dragon Ball.
There you go.
In the before times. But we got Strive now. We're playing something completely different.
Absolutely. And of course, the Giovanna matchup, you're absolutely right. Once Giovanna gets in, it's going to be tough for Kai to really put out those bigger buttons, get the shock state on there. But the long-range normals are going to be really important. We're going to see this mid-range game here. But dash-up slash is going to be important here. The strike-throw mix is going to be important for Nikki T-Truck. I'm hoping to see some DP action here from Midi Meister. It's not going to happen. Nice burst.
Yeah, there's just a full 30 seconds of Midi in the corner, pretty much. But now we're back to neutral. Double dash-up bar slash. We got the burst gone, full damage, and the break. Charge Dust does take it, though we did have 50% tension. I swear, T-Truck built so much meter in that round.
And it's so important for Giovanna because you get those the bonus damage and the bonus defense as well, the higher that tension goes. So keeping this lockdown here, no check on the flip kick here from Midi Meister. Just really having to hold these buttons.
Yeah, he's being a little bit too patient, I have to say. There's a lot you can do to challenge Giovanna's enders, being the flip kick and the spiral arrow, but you gotta watch out for those stagger strings, because Giovanna has so much time to delay her buttons. But now we're back to neutral. This is where Kai gets the advantage.
Let's see, nice run up throw. It's a good start with red RC here. No burst available for Nikki T-Truck. Nice splat. Goes for DP. All right, neutral's reset once again. Whoa!
2S, but not close enough for the stun. Dipper gets that clean crouching dust here, there. We have a burst available. Gotta be careful. No OTG.
Oh, okay, so we have full meter here. Uses it for PRC. Nice low. This should wrap it up here if we get our combos right. The burst does come out. One touch per player, has to faultless defense, and that's not going to happen. Midi Meister taking a round by the skin of their teeth here.
Oh my gosh, what a... That was a bit of a panic moment. T-Truck could have OTG'd there off of that throw and could have ended it, but now we're back to the corner. I swear, this is Midi's home here.
Finally, a DP from Midi Meister here to call out this Giovanna pressure.
I'd like to see in neutral just a little bit of a casual check with the 5P or 5K to challenge these approaches from Giovanna. We're up against the corner, the splat, not enough to take them down. This is the last hit, and T-Truck sealing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like Midi Meister is really unfamiliar with this matchup, right? We're seeing a lot of hesitancy to really try to challenge the situations, like you're saying. Because there were some delays with the close slash into the 2 slash as well from T-Truck, which Midi could have called out for sure. You delay a little bit too much, and Kai can get in there and just take over the turn. Right there, could have challenged the flip. There's the big opportunity, but not going to work out here for you. Nice burst, hold the corner. Yep.
But right out with that jumping heavy slash, I believe.
Oh, jeez.
Counter close slash. Midi is just too passive on defense here, but finally finds an opportunity to poke out. Plus frames. Oh, the stagger pressure. We got some too.
Really good throw. Nice. Let's get this. Whew. Yep, definitely had to burst. The wall splat was coming. Death was imminent. This is another opportunity. Oh, dear. All right, blue burst. Nice.
Get off me, that dead angle. DP is
there
right.
It is. There it is. What I've been saying this whole time. More DP. Check these strings.
You take a page out of the Shia LaBeouf's book. Just do it sometimes. Like, get those Nikes on.
But it's a good feeling for Nikki T-Truck, right? To really get away with a lot of the things that Giovanna normally couldn't get away with in this matchup here. Unfamiliarity is...
One of the best uses of RC, just covering those recovery frames and finding the answer for whatever your opponent's doing. It's like wake up wire C and Exerd, what is it? Not veil off. I'm getting my uni term mixed off. You hit the D button twice.
Oh yeah, chain shift.
Chain shift. That's it. So many weird anime names, I swear. Oh, there's the challenge. Oh, plus frames. Back to neutral. Midi's just not pressing all that many buttons in the neutral, but now starting to find their confirmations and their hits.
There we go. The challenge with the 6-piece. So important to shut down this drill kick because there's such a gap. Like, drill kick is safe, but that gap is massive. You can shut down the startup for it at those ranges. Nice. Kai has the big buttons to really shut down a lot of these things. Okay.
Just on the defense. No faultless defensing either to push her out.
That's the wrong direction. Could have pushed into the corner, and that's unfortunate there. The 5K will wrap it up.
Little toe tap. Got his dancer's shoes on. Now Midi, after a very, very disparaging first round, is on set point here.
Yes.
Oh, right out of the Fudra arc. That spin. Spiral arrow. Dash up. I have to think that was a reversal DP. What was Stun Edge doing there?
Right, there we go. The jump into Stun Edge. Excuse me? Tiger Stun Edge.
2D check. No anti-air there. On the red wrist gauge.
Oh! Oh, wait a minute there. A little bit unsafe. The DP doesn't matter. I have a Roman cancel able to get this risk gauge burning down.
Just this dash game from Giovanna is so oppressive. Little shimmies, little steps, the slippery slide and shoes, charge dust, and nothing to break out of it. This is going to tie it up.
Yep, absolutely. And that's so important, right? You condition your opponent to really hold back or hold down back in some cases as well. Mix in your throws, mix in your plus frames. Nice DP to start. Light extension with the far slash.
Yeah, the strike throw game from Giovanna and even the low dust game is so strong with the way she can use her normals and how easily she gets in with her impeccable dash.
Yeah. And already taking a massive lead here too.
Jumps out of the spiral arrow, counter hit.
Unfortunate there for Midi Meister. The comeback was real. The momentum was there, but Nikki T-Truck kept their cool and wrapped it up. Just kept the pressure going. Play your game. You know, sure, you get shook a little bit there in a game, but you know, sometimes just reassessing the situation and going back in, trying to play your pressure game, especially when you're a character like Giovanna. We've already seen that Midi just didn't have a lot of answers against Giovanna. We started to see the gears turning, but it's still Nikki T-Truck able to come out on top in that set.
Yeah, I feel playing against Giovanna sort of challenges you to be a little bit more brave in how you poke out because she has so many options with her dash momentum that it's just the way she's always in your face sort of forces you to either react to spiral arrow or the flip or just find an opportunity to like 2P, reversal DP, reversal super, anything.
Right.
Even a reversal throw because her slide maintains momentum, sort of lets her slip forward as she approaches. I swear she has skates on.
Yeah, Giovanna is one of those characters that you really have to do your homework on to know what is real, what isn't, and that definitely comes to practice there because she can mix up for days, right? But sometimes that pressure ends up being a little bit fake, right? But then you have to worry like additional layers, like does Gio have meter? How did I block this? Was this FD or was this just block? You have a lot to think about when she pressures you in the corner in those situations there. But a character that has a DP, come on. She can't get away with some of this stuff. And we saw, too, taking the big risk from Truck, right? Or not Truck, excuse me, from Midi Meister to let a DP rip between the delay string, which is so important. But I'm hoping that Midi goes into the lab, really kind of explores Giovanna's options and what she could do because there's a lot of stuff that Kai can call out. I don't think it's 100% in, well, I don't think it's in Kai's favor. I think it's fairly even. Just thinking about like the dash up options that Gio has. She can 6P through normal fireball. She can still low profile a lot of things that Kai puts out there. I think it's a pretty close matchup for sure. If anything, slightly in Kai's favor, but you have to play the neutral game. And that's going to be so important. You can't let Giovanna just close in on you in the corner like that, especially when you have a free reversal.
For sure. I really think that, especially early on right now, while people are figuring things out, Giovanna feels like a bit of a knowledge check character.
Right.
Because she is completely new, never seen in any previous Guilty Gear game. And she sort of moves in a unique way compared to a lot of the rest of the cast.
Exactly.
And another unique mover in the game we're seeing on screen right now, Potemkin, this bulking mass of a character.
Yes. Potemkin up against Soul. And Hisoka, we've already seen the patent in Hisoka up against Joestar's Leo. This is going to be interesting. Trying to get... Oh, nice splatter, but still it doesn't matter. Trying to get Soul out of your face as Potemkin is a scary endeavor, but also Soul fighting up close against Potemkin is just as scary because it takes one mistake and you're going to get scooped up here.
Yeah, nice. People sort of joke that Soul is more of a grappler than Potemkin, but
right.
It's, regardless, getting grabbed by either of these characters extremely terrifying. Hisoka's just so commanding in how they're laying on this pressure here. Good block on the slide head, but the armor with the hammer fall.
Yep. Got to 6P those hammer falls if you want to get them off of you there. Probably was checking for Hammerfall break, which is unsafe, that's for sure. No DP challenge quite yet there. Hisoka's thinking about it, though.
Ooh, butt bomb.
Nice.
Doesn't block the Bandit Bringer. Back to the corner. Fast RC punch overhead.
Oh dear, counter hit does come out there. Let it rip. Not going to reset on me. Nice Fafnir attempt.
That's plus. Just pokes out with that brave 5P there.
Okay, there we go. IAD into the jump H. Yo, the burst. Hard read from Hisoka here, trying to get this nice finisher for the first game.
Joestar was starting to get the momentum in that last round there, but just can't quite shake the Soul bad guy. The Hisoka 96 just right in your face, and that 6S is such a great spacing tool.
Yeah, absolutely. The 6S is, especially with the counter options that you have, because you can extend it. Yo, the charged dust here.
Yeah, we put some butter on that.
Yeah, immediately ending that one. All right, no burst. There it is.
Bit of a brave burst here. We're on the last legs of this life bar.
Oh, wow. Nice jumping over the flick. The charged dust does connect once again. Goes for the DP.
Hisoka! You monster! What the heck?
I mean, so we do see Hex not giving a lot of shutdown options to Hisoka, and it's tough because Hisoka has not stopped any momentum whatsoever.
Axe off. SDP right out. What a fast reversal option.
Safe in some situations too. Like, come on.
Yeah, fantastic anti-air option due to the way that landing recovery and the way that blocking the air works. Belly flop, that jump H, getting around the hammer fall.
All right, nice. That wraps it
Barely
up
got
there.
burst back, but not enough time to spend it.
Hisoka making quick work of this bracket. 2-0 over Joestar here.
I mean, Soul right now truly is one of the boogeymen of Guilty Gear Strive right now. An absolute monster of a character, extraordinarily terrifying.
Oh, absolutely. His strength alone, his excellent buttons as well, just the free flow strings that Soul has available, like able to confirm off of some wild situations and get tons of damage still, it just makes him a strong character. I mean, up there alongside Ramathal as well too, right? Like just you know that when you get caught by a sword and you're anywhere near the corner, you know that's going to end up in an explosion for you. You're going to go blasting off again. Meowth ain't going to come with you that time either. But that means Hisoka does move on to top 8, and they'll be facing off against Nikki T-Truck in this top 8 bracket as well.
Yeah, Soul just has some of the best and most consistent confirms across the cast from just about anything. Just a stray button can lead to so much damage, and even those strong pokes totally add up throughout the course of a round.
Right? I mean, I just think about too, like you put out the safest possible button. You put out like a nice little 5K, for example. Not a big deal. Kai's 5K, for example. 6S, counter. Oh my gosh. There goes half my health. It's gone. I didn't even try that much. I just tried a nice little poke. I was being nice.
Yeah, against Soul, you don't have to be chipped enough to totally explode.
Yeah.
It's
a character that makes you really think about what you're about to do here. And you pay for your mistakes up against Soul. This is definitely a game where if you make a mistake and you're up against the right player, you are definitely going to pay for those mistakes. That's for sure.
Yeah, mistakes are incredibly punishing in this game, but it being an anime game, we do have bursts to get out of it, and there aren't so many options to get around bursts, like option selects, as far as Guilty Gear Strive goes, and it really sort of forces you to burst bait or understand your opponent's burst patterns intelligently, especially when we have such dangerous combos
Right.
in this game. Like we saw a few opportunities at burst baits when Hisoka played against Jesus Joestar.
Right.
And really forcing you to make measured burst decisions is going to be a very interesting skill to develop, especially for people who haven't played anime games before.
Exactly. And there are a lot of players coming over too from various games, like this being a lot of players' first Guilty Gear in general. Just having that prior knowledge to how to approach the meta of how to use burst, when and where, the defensive options, even from how to properly build meter, when to FD, and when to YRC, things like that. It's a really unique experience to kind of be on the both offense and defense in this type of game. Because if you're using all the tools correctly, some characters with shortcomings definitely get stronger because of using those universal tools that are available. So it's a really cool methodology to really think about the game. It's also really cool if you all go out and check out that Matcherino. Definitely use that exclamation code Matcherino, tweet it out, let everybody know that CIFGC is going on, so we get that prize pot even bigger than what it is right now. We're looking at a nice prime $16.80 in this pot right now. It's so much easier now to use Matcherino than it's ever been before. You just sign in, click contribute, and you're done. That's it. You don't have to type in any code, nothing. Just contribute, and it helps out CIFGC as well. So definitely go out there. Of course, there are other quests as well on the side for folks that you should follow or check out. For example, I have a follow job to follow Power A. Fortunately, I already follow Power A. So, boom, that's a said and done deal. But if you don't follow Power A, what are you doing? Follow them, free 20 cents into the pot.
Oh yeah, Matcherino, big ups to them supporting all these smaller tournaments going down, giving these this cash right to the players, right to the players, not to us, not to the streamers, to our dear friends and family who signed up to compete today. Right now we're getting our next match on screen, Trevward versus Mop. Now, I haven't seen Mop play so much Strive yet, but I know they're a fantastic player in many, many other games. So it's going to be fun to see what they have in store for us. I know Mop, very strong and talented BB Tag player, playing yet another lightning fast character in Milia Rage.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting matchup for Trevward and Nagoriyuki here. Trevward is definitely probably going to look at building up the blood gauge at around level 2 here to get those extended normals to really control the skies and crouching heavy slash. But I'm sure Mop is definitely well aware. Let's see how this mix-up game works. Nice.
Well, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Early burst. We're trying to take control of the neutral as fast as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Mirage is in, but no challenge.
And the nice thing about Trevward is that he's a very patient player. So he's willing to take some hits before really getting activated here. But once his back's against the wall there, that's when the demon is awake, right? The vampire gets the blood rage. Nice scoop right there to start. Keep this block stream pressure going.
No anti-air on the way down. It's so tough knocking her out.
Oh, this is actually really good.
Far enough to catch?
Yeah. Yep, shuts down the orbital ring here. Let's see. Nice approach. Jump K to start.
R slash, heavy slash, just keeping Milia at bay.
It is.
Huge chunk gone, even with guts.
Tried to get the gold burst out there to catch some additional meter. Not going to happen. Nice red RC. Yo, the counter hit. Where do you think you're going, Milia? No need to jump.
I swear, Nagoriyuki has some of the best strike throw game, especially when he's in your face. His close slash, fantastic combo starter. His normal throw as well as blood-sucking universe, incredibly threatening options. We're right back to neutral after this wall bit break though, but very good payoff with the damage as far as Millie is concerned.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's that additional layer of mind game, right? Because you, as the opponent against Nagoriyuki, if you're in the corner and you see Nagoriyuki coming at you with 2 stock on blood meter, you're like, okay, well, surely they want to try to bite me and recover some of this blood art. Yo, this did punish. Okay, nice job. This is a start for Trevward here.
Yeah, about 30% gone there.
Patience.
Just really down backing for his life. Double overhead. That was the calliest of all Cali bursts. Oh,
has to
Beyblade.
try to survive as well here. Nice, it's still safe. Caught low, burst immediately.
And we don't want to have any of this.
Oh, the
wake up
trade. Yeah.
That
Right.
wake up 2P or something.
Right, exactly. Just immediate trade there. Trevor firing on all pistons here.
Double overhead right into the mix. Empty low takes it right to the corner off the hair car.
Ooh, that was a really dangerous IAD right there.
It's an
Mop
overhead
is
off the
gonna
fast.
work. Mhm.
So that hair car is a low too. That's really tricky.
Yeah, it's so messed up. All right, Trevor's getting mixed on the right here. This will go into super. No wall splat, not close enough, but we put the ring out there just in case.
The one hit will do it to knock
Oh!
Trevor down.
All right, making do with what we got. That's
We
such a
blow
chunk
up.
of damage, right?
One hit can take this for Trevor. Let's see that baseball swing, but we got knocked on the head. We played
Yes.
baseball, but we forgot to wear our helmet.
Well, you know, hey, what would suck though, right, is if you get caught in the sky and Amelia ends up blocking it and able to get down and recover. Of course, you do get smacked back off into the other side of the screen there, but the other thing too was Amelia was at such a weird angle for Nagoriyuki to really try to catch it with the super. Not a bad idea to try to attempt it though. All right, there's a burst. Off to the corner we go. Shadow clone out. Nice 6P.
Good 6P. Karate chop. Blocks the cross up. Oh, tries to challenge the Mirage this time, but doesn't quite get it.
Overhead. Nice. Challenge with 2P here.
2H just keep her in check. Right back to the ground. About 2.5 blood stocks here.
Yep. That additional chip damage is going to come into play here in just a bit. And that was a forward dash too, so this should catch, and it does.
Yeah, forward dashes are so much more punishable. A little bit of guts kicking in towards the end.
We're making a count. Yellow.
Oh, no FD on the blue beat though.
Oh, Baboon coming down at you. Nice catch of the back dash here.
Confirm.
Has it set up. Watch out for this meter. Oh, the yellow RC into throw. Just keep it simple. Trevor putting up another round here.
Slow walk up too.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to zone her out with those big normals. Close slash. Just get off me, I guess.
Oh, absolutely nice. We're coming in with the link stomp here. Oh no, bad burst here. A little bit too high.
Empty lows paid off many times for Mop here.
Yeah, trying to take as much damage as we can. Has some work to do to catch up. Of course, Mop is really putting in a lot of nice mix. Good backdash on the blue RC.
6H. The slide into blood-sucking universe. We go sicko mode here.
Okay, but still has a burst back and available here for Mop. Nice throw. Going to keep this corner pressured. 5K. Nice. Wake up. Not allowed to stay down. Another wake up. This wall is
movement
cracking away. Okay, blue RC, back off of me. Trevor could have finished it right there, but that burst was ready and available for Mop, and Mop takes the round.
We tying up one piece in this game here. Mop on set point though.
And of course, as we've seen time and time again, Trevor doesn't need too many openings to try to close the gap in damage here, but Mop is just playing on a razor's edge.
And one of the really hard parts about playing against Amelia is trying to stop her from moving. And while Nagoriyuki really has fantastic buttons to keep a player grounded, her added aerial options in conjunction with, say, a super jump makes it so tough to get her to stay on the ground, to stay put.
Try to go for a chip guard there. There was no punish on the crouching heavy slash, and you're absolutely right. It is just really difficult to keep Amelia grounded here. The ring comes out, gets a sneaky throw in. Bad mood. Roman cancel here. This is a splat. It's not enough yet. Too much mitigation here, but one touch will do it. It could be anything. All right, last shot for Trevor here.
Sicko mode.
Perfect. Yo, the health growth after the... Okay. Bloodsucking Universe does connect. Let's see what it is. Yellow Roman cancel has to block low. Trevor's not out of this yet. Now Trevor's out. It's unfortunate, the falling button from Mop here. And that's so scary too, because Mop has done some empty jumps into low as well too. So as fast as Amelia moves, it's really tough to just kind of keep track of her. I mean, she's one of the faster characters in this game. but still has one of the lower health stats in the game as well.
And
Really good set though.
Mop is also just so great at playing fast. Like ludicrous speed go. Like
yeah,
what a character. It's so tricky to keep these incredibly mobile characters just in the place that you want them to. Like Nagoriyuki has great pressure, has great tools when you're up close or when you have the opponent up against the wall. Trevward just didn't have so many opportunities to actually keep Milia where Nagoriyuki is effective.
Yeah, it's so tough because you're right. Mop is just moving a mile a minute. And it's really tough to like, especially the slow startup that a lot of Nagoriyuki buttons has. Trevor did really an excellent job of maintaining that blood gauge within like the 1 or 2 range there to try to get those extended normals and also build up on that chip damage because a lot of the block strings that Trevor was going for was really adding up. But the problem was trying to keep Milia from jumping, which is easier said than done. And of course, Trevor did have some strings as well that covered the jump arc. So it's like one of those things like trying to catch a fly, right? With a baseball bat, almost like it's doable, but you know, we have another tool that's easier to kind of catch that, right? So
yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see Trevward later on in the bracket. I've seen Trev play in a handful of tournaments. It always interesting to watch in just about any game. He's been a phenomenal player in just about whatever he touches. Was a very strong Grand Blue player before he stopped playing. Was a top Cinder player in Killer Instinct, which I presume is what he's most known for. But even now, he's just picking up a new character, a new game, and showing us how great of a fighting game player he is overall.
Absolutely. And up next, we do have Borderlands here up against Mad Best Killer. Borderlands on the Axel. This is going to be an interesting fight because Axel has been on the rise lately. I don't know if you've been watching the Salt Mine League, but Europe has a rampant Axel situation going on over there. Unironically, an Axel situation.
Yeah, Axel is a very strong character that has even still some untapped potential, I think. And like you mentioned, the European players have really been showing up. I know Mystic Smash has really been sort of cleaning house in a lot of the European tournaments. We'll see what Borderlands has to do here against Mad Best Killer.
All right, nice shutting down the jump H approach here, but still, once again, can always count on Soul just jumping in once again. Nice dodge on the throw here to get that space we're looking for. We're going to have to try to get a side swap, though. This is dangerous territory for Axel. And does make the connection here with the 2K 2D.
Yeah, Borderlands doing a great job of defending against Soul Pressure. Just these stray pokes and confirmations are doing so much against them. And Borderlands just needs to be able to keep Mad Best Killer out. And it seems like Mad Best Killer just really wants to hold forward right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You kind of want to as a Soul player, right? Nice. Tries to add on a little bit more damage. Plenty of meter is available. The Wind Turbine not going to connect here. Has to jump block this jump H. Bandit Bringer.
Jumps out. Double jump over.
That was a good decision, though, from Borderlands, right? Because the throw was imminent there. Tried to punish the throw attempt while falling, but that didn't come out there with the jump heavy slash.
Yeah, JH is a really good button to get that area just below Axel, but sometimes it's just there's that dead zone right beneath him is tough.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, nice counter hit, getting the full extension. Wow.
Rainwater is such a tricky move.
I sometimes forget how much damage Axel can really do. Like, you don't think it's a lot, but that just adds up so quickly. Nice 2K in the dust. Roman cancel.
Dash up 5P. Just a little extra damage. Oh, but this is going to be a lot of extra damage here. Clean hit, HDP into Tyrant Rave off the wall stick.
Oh, no, just like that. MBK
60%.
is caught up. Yeah. 2D out here.
We have an opportunity for a YRC on defense. Wake up super?
No.
Oh, just doesn't get through, doesn't poke through the gap between it.
Yeah, found the...
Oh, Rainwater!
Oh, wow. All right, we're still in the here. Mad Best Killer not ready for that second hit on the super from Axel. So we're getting
both
another
a burst. Right to the corner. No full confirmation. Double Fafnir Gold Burst trying to get out of it. We're on full tension here for Borderlands.
Oh no! The falling button didn't connect though. That's so unfortunate here.
No Tyrant Rave though. We still have a chance.
It's a very difficult one though. Jump HS is gonna close it out with a perfect in the first game.
I saw the 2P come out from Borderlands. I have to think that was a commit from the round start situation. Just trying to poke Soul from doing something.
Right.
Oh, confirmation off of the jumping heavy slash.
Close slash, get off of me please. Nice. Oh, okay, yep, we're out of there. That is a safe option there for Axel, so able to jump out.
Just trying to keep Mad Best Killer at bay, but it's so tough. They're picking some really great options and just reading the neutral so well.
Nice punish on the pull in. Okay. Try to bait the burst. Yep.
Oh, that JK, I wonder what that was for, but blocks the overhead. Nice. Reversal throw. Rainwater, that's plus. JS to keep him in space. Back to neutral here. Oh, can we jump out of this?
Second jump. Get the second jump! No!
Oh, the JS was already committed on the way down, and those landing frames can be punished.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate here for Borderlands.
That was just a wild option from Mad Best Killer. That's something that I would not have expected.
You know, it is an interesting option. I wonder if it was the fact that, like, you know, perhaps Borderlands is going to commit to a button in the air and just do it anyways to blast right through it.
Ooh, misses the Axle Bomber.
It's all right, though. Look at this pressure. Nice jump out, punishing.
Oh, yes!
Whoa!
Oh, we love it. We love it.
Yep, Axel back in it here. Borderlands is not out of this yet. The 6S, though.
Round start 6S. And Axel has good buttons to challenge that. Oh, 6K, good poke out of the air. Gets the yes.
Nice throw.
Oh, just right back into the Winter Mantis. Just trying to hide it in that dead screen space from right behind them.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Nice run-up throw. No Roman cancel, though.
Oh, we see the RC coming out.
Yep, the purple RC. Gonna have to hold this super, though.
No punish.
Oh, that wraps it up there. MBK taking it 2-0 over Borderlands here.
Yeah, it's just so hard to keep Soul off of you. And I have to wonder what Borderlands choices were versus Reversal Super and YRC. I myself am a big fan of Yellow Roman Cancel. I think it's an incredibly powerful tool, especially because it gives you advantage if it connects. While it is dangerous, it's about as while it is dangerous and easy to punish, it's on average about as easy to punish as your standard Reversal Super. But even still, Borderlands was putting up a very good fight, bringing it all the way to the last round in both games. It's just MBK was right on top of them in the round 3 of both games.
Yeah, sometimes, unfortunately, once Soul gets in, it's tough to get Soul back out. Axel certainly has a lot of answers against Soul, but it's about applying them in the set, right? It's about really trying to predict where your opponent's going to land, especially when you're playing like the zoning character like Axel, because if you overcommit with some of your buttons, those will get caught. And just like how we saw with the super from MBK, just being able to scoop up that jump slash, I mean, you were already committed to it. You were trying to prevent a situation on the approach, and that's what got you caught there, and it's so unfortunate.
Yeah, Axel is an incredibly strong character, as we mentioned, in his own right, but you really have to understand the way that your opponent's character moves and your opponent moves, because they're not necessarily always the same. And with the limbs that Axel has, the sort of Dalsim extendo arms.
right.
Even his chain, you sort of have to be a little bit more proactive in your zoning approach, trying to figure out where the opponent is going to be when, and sort of get in their head and be a bit of a mind reader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing too. You have to fight your opponent in a sort of sweet spot if you're the Axel player, right? Because there is that little middle ground where if you put out a button, it doesn't affect the opponent, so then that gives them free reign to approach and with punish any of the buttons that you put out there. So you really have to be careful. It's not just like you pick up Axel and just win. And of course, early on too, Axel wasn't really looked at least stateside. You know, Axel kind of just got to fly under the radar here. But Axel is definitely a dangerous character. Don't sleep on this character. That's for sure. Just watch some Salt Mine to really get a taste of what Mystic Smash is doing out there in Europe.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really interesting tools, like One Vision and Rainwater and Snail, both very strong options in their own right, but just sort of figuring out where you should put them, as well as getting in that effective range where your character works while your opponent doesn't.
Exactly.
It's especially evident in a character like Axel, where he is so great at the about 3/4 to full screen, and Soul is so great at about 1/3 to right in your face. Mm-hmm. It's just so much that these characters can do, but if you can get in, it's so hard to get them out, especially for a lot of zoning archetypal characters.
Right, absolutely. So speaking of being difficult to get in, Hexyester coming back out here with the Potemkin. Our first Anji out here from Telos.
Yeah, Anji is a very tricky character. The winner of the previous Downtown Beatdown Online was an Anji player. Oh, we get the counter hit on the overhead follow-up from the Fujin.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a reset you got to be ready for because, you know, there's some awareness there for Anji. One of those characters you really got to do your homework to understand, right? Kind of like Giovanna. Nice. Burst right away. Doesn't try to take the stagger attempt.
Mega Fist right out, but right back in, trying to get that code to prevent a jump in. Buttbuster.
You know, as they say, Anji, spin to win. Yo, that's not the option there. You have a command grab. Grab this man.
I mean, it's hard when you don't know how to play against Anji, and Anji is a character that you don't see a lot of.
Right. Oh, wow, the double RC. Nice counter hit.
Oh, doesn't go for the Potbuster. That is a guaranteed confirm off of the Garuda impact.
That is unfortunate, though.
Spin to win. I was a bit of a Cali burst there, but Hexyester at least fished out the burst from Telos here.
Oh, jeez. Yep, we got to watch these dances here. Fujin coming in. Nice hop. Once again, gets another one.
Oh. Dashes to the other side.
Yeah, because Hexyester pressed a button, that opened up a little bit of space over against the wall there. Telos being able to get on the other side here.
Oh man, that Ko is so great at keeping players out of the skies. We got butterflies.
There's the burst available, but unfortunate for Hexyester is not going to come out. Telos takes the first game.
Yeah, it really seems like Hexyester just doesn't quite know what to do against Anji here. Now, both of these players do have lesser seen characters, but Potemkin sort of got a lot of screen time especially in the betas. So he's at least a little bit more familiar to a lot of players I see him in. This pressure from Telos is just so tricky, and it doesn't seem like Hexyester has an idea of how to really get out of it.
Yeah, it's so tough as Potemkin here, but we want to see some more like that right there. No sooner than could I say it, I was going to say, see some more throw attempts, and Hexyester makes the hard read, anti-air grab, but still back in this pressure once again. See that spin, we got to be ready.
Yeah, these stray pokes aren't necessarily the best idea either, because the spin can just go right through any sort of random challenge. Oh, that connects really into the heat knuckle.
Really good on the heat knuckle there.
Yeah, this is just basically one or two touches from Potemkin here.
I'm so frustrated for Joestar here. I keep seeing Telos spin, but Joestar, you gotta command grab these spins.
Even a normal throw, good burst bait. That's gonna be able to break the wall. Is this gonna kill?
There it is.
2 quick ones.
Unfortunate for Joestar. No command grabs at all. It's gotta be some matchup unfamiliarity here, because that's so unfortunate. Every single time Telos wanted to spin, Hex Joestar was taking the bait.
Yeah, Anji's a very interesting character in Guilty Gear Strive. Not quite the same as his XX Accent Core plus R iteration, where he's very mixed up heavy, especially with the butterflies, and it's just being able to see how he was translated over, I think, is very interesting, especially with the way that Okizeme is completely different in this game.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, it's tough again too, being Potemkin against a character that has faster buttons. But again, there's plenty of gaps in Fujin for Anji, where if depending upon the follow-up, right? So if you go for overhead, there's a command grab opportunity. If you go for the hop, there's going to be a command grab opportunity when they land there. You just have to. It's one of those characters again. You got to have your homework set and done to really figure out the matchup. Especially for playing Pot. Pot really requires you to understand your opponent really well and know when it's your turn, because you are going to be waiting a long time. That's why Pot has so much health, right? Traditional grappler rules. Grapplers take a ton of damage while making the approach, simply because they deal a ton of damage once they do make that approach.
Yeah, grappler archetypes, I think, are very interesting in how they're balanced, and it makes complete sense. Just absolute tanks of characters, but they just hit you with the fattest damage possible. Like early on, those Chip Zenuf combos versus Chip combos, I swear they were all as Potemkin first. It's just you get like counter hit, something or other, pop buster. So much. A single pop buster does like 50% or more against Chip. Especially with a risk. It's
exactly
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, you cannot let Pot snatch you up like that. It's a dangerous game, especially when you're one of those low health characters. But for Anji, though, there are plenty of it's again that Razor's Edge, right? So much of Guilty Gear has those playing on the Razor's Edge character, where Anji puts a lot of big risk on themselves when making that close approach to Potemkin here.
I think Guilty Gear is very interesting in how I feel like there's a lot of small micro interactions between the characters that really sort of make you think, what could I be doing in this in order to get the best or a favorable outcome? And I think that's really a testament as to how unique a lot of these characters are.
Absolutely. And speaking of unique characters, Eno is back. Look at this. We're getting the Eno out here up against Borderlands. This will be a real treat of a matchup here.
This matchup feels so weird for Eno. I swear, every time I go up against an Axel when I play Eno, it's like, what the heck am I supposed to do? And I figure it out eventually, but it's just feels so much different than a lot of her other matchups. But as I said earlier, Axel, without so many great reversal options, just makes it so tough for a character with great set play and offense to it's just hard to get her off of you.
Absolutely. And it's definitely going to be that preemptive play that we were talking about earlier, right? Especially as Axel, you do have the range, but she has mobility to really close in those gaps, especially with her unique dash option as well. All right, nice. Try to stroke the tree. Unfortunately, Axel's already in the sky. Axel's been used to this. They've had a few conversations.
Yeah, but it's a slow walk to the corner, but that up follow up on the Rensen puts Miss Mocha right into the corner. Counter hit overhead.
Yeah, wow. Really quick wrap up there, too. One significant interaction. Already got a perfect to start out the round. That's a message for sure from Borderlands. Miss Mocha. Hopefully we get this turnaround here. Nice stroke the tree attempt. Unfortunately, Borderlands ready to block low.
Psycho Crusher, that is punishable. Could have gotten at least a standing punch against that, but just keeping it close, trying to get the approach. Rensen, up follow.
Oh no. Just ready to get caught by these Rensen options here.
Yeah, this is a lot of matchup unfamiliarity, it seems, for Miss Mocha. It's just... It's not like a difficult... I don't want to say not difficult matchup, but it's a relatively even matchup as far as Axel versus Eno goes. It's just... Finding the way in is so tough, but the burst hits the 6K.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part right there, is approaching Axel. Because it's tough, because normally you're able to kind of dash in freely on other characters, whereas Axel will really do a good job of controlling that neutral ground. And okay, stroke the tree out of there. We have to try to use some more movement here, Miss Mocha. Axel bomber, close it out.
Yeah, Miss Mocha just isn't quite finding those sweet spots where Axel isn't currently occupying. And I personally have found that Chemical Love is a pretty good option against Axel.
Yeah, see, I see a lot of Miss Mocha using normals or specials to really try to get that forward momentum, but we really need to see some of these dash blocks to come through instead of trying to use these specials, because you're getting punished for doing that. I think that's going to be really important in the future for Miss Mocha here in this matchup, and just in other matchups in the game in general, because it is so important to know when it's your turn and know when to call out like attacks, especially coming from Axel at a distance, because you have to dash block. It's such an important tool, and utilizing faultless defense. Movement's important in this game, especially if you're choosing to play Eno. Movement is super important for that character, because that's how she gets her high-low mixes, is off of her very unique dash.
Yeah, being able to effectively utilize Hover Dash, both as an offensive tool and an approach tool, is something that you really need to become familiar with if you're going to be playing Eno. Whether it's just finding those angles in between the pokes from Axel, using the an FD break in order to get yourself out of a vulnerable position while you're approaching, even just moving yourself slightly into the air is a very interesting approach against characters with pokes like Axel's, because a lot of the time they can use a low attack to call out, for instance, a stroke the big tree, which is one of Eno's better offensive movement tools. It's just being able to be where your opponent isn't expecting you to be is something very tricky, especially with Eno, because of her hover dash, as we're saying.
Right, absolutely. And two, like, once you start that corner game entirely, like it becomes immediately difficult for Axel. It's the core of Eno's game for sure. I feel like it's just being able to get those high-low mixes off of her very unique dash trait. Because she is a really solid character, like you're saying as well too. But even still, Axel is also a very good character as well, able to kind of control spaces if you let him. So definitely check that out, and I would have to say, check out your movement options as Eno, because there's a lot of great approach options that you could take besides using specials in the air, which really get you to overcommit into your situations.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to check out in that matchup, but there's also a lot to check out when you hit that exclamation Matcherino in the chat. You can use that button to claim a free code to donate 50 cents right to the pot. And here we have a nice and wonderful graphic showing us the July monthly schedule for Downtown Beatdown Online. Of course, we did have Virtua Fighter this past Sunday, but this coming Sunday, in just 2 days, we have Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and Low Kick Online coming up just a few days after that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Low Kick Online is also going to be hosting another monthly schedule of some fantastic events as well. I believe that is this the last month for Low Kick, but regardless, though, this Friday you're going to be checking out Ignite as well. Actually, not this Friday, right? It's next Friday.
A week from today.
Exactly. Next Friday, the first FGC meetup is coming up. So definitely check that out. It is capped out right now, but Low Kick is definitely going to be on that stream there, hosting the event right there at Ignite Skokie.
Yeah, Ignite Skokie, fantastic venue. I've been there a few times, and the Low Kick homies always holding it down, hosting some fantastic tournaments. And we have confirmation in the chat from one of the LK boys saying that Low Kick Online is going to be continuing even after local startup on Tuesdays.
Ooh.
So big ups to them for holding it down.
Big confirm.
Yeah, it's
shut me down before I spread lies, because I'll run with the story until I get told otherwise from a producer. I tell you what, I'm literally almost like Ron Burgundy. If it's on the teleprompter, I'm gonna read it. So sometimes I'll make it up.
Yeah, we gotta spread the knowledge. Spread the knowledge. Our homie Dr. Delish, our bracket runner for the evening, is coming in clutch. And Low Kick has really been holding it down for the online era.
Absolutely.
A little over a year straight of consistent online tournaments, starting out just on Fridays.
Yep.
Then Fridays and Tuesdays. Then Fridays, Tuesdays, and Sundays. And now they're winding down. We're back to offline.
Right.
And it's going to be a good time to see the homies coming up quick.
Exactly. The next one that's coming up is going to be July 20th. It's going to be Guilty Gear Strive on PC. And then the week after, it's the 27th, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Of course, Battle for the Grid's got that fantastic crossplay. But I did see the news. Strive is looking into adding crossplay. I saw that.
I mean, if little baby Enway can do it, I'm sure ArcSys can. But of course, the biggest hurdle I presume is Sony at the moment. But that's something that for another day. Right now, we're playing some PlayStation style Guilty Gear Strive. No matter where you go, there's always strong competition, which is something that I think is absolutely wonderful, especially in the early ages of a new game, because everyone's just grinding for that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be great to even expand those platforms too, because I know some folks unfortunately don't have a PC that is capable of running Guilty Gear Strive. So I hope that there is the opportunity to have both those sides meet in the middle at the very least, to get that extra competition here, because it's the netcode is good enough where it can be really handled well on both platforms. I'm really excited that this game is so much easier to access online now more than ever. Just Guilty Gear, my favorite series, able to just turn it on and be able to play without having to wait extended periods of time, without having to worry about, oh man, is my opponent going to be on the good internet, or are they too far away from me? Now you just got to worry about if they're on Wi-Fi. That's it. That's okay.
Yeah, I was able to play a 250 millisecond player earlier today with little to no issues and only a delay of 5 frames. But we'll be getting a delay of just a few minutes for you at home. We'll be taking a break, and we'll get into our top 8 in just a little bit. So we'll catch you in just a few minutes.